What's going on out there, good people, and welcome back to LMD Trading, where I am living my dream trading. Hope y'all out there having a good day today. Just sitting back down to get this recap done. I did make a video first thing this morning, kind of breaking down my pre-market routine. If you hadn't checked that out this morning, please do so. Please do so. Just kind of shows what I do in the mornings, my pre-market prep, and kind of explains my thought process in that. But I received a comment on that video. Just want to speak on it real quick. The person asks, how am I going to find quality setups using channels? As most of y'all know, I use channels. In this pre-market video, I showed how I find the hourly channels just to get a bigger picture. And from there, later on in the morning, I'll start finding intraday channels on the 1 minute or the 5 minute chart to find entries. But they went on to say that nothing is more respected than levels on the 180-day 4-hour chart or the daily chart. I agree with that, but I think the weekly chart, those levels act a little higher. And the thing is, the higher you go up a time frame, the more respected those channels are going to be when they test it over time. So I agree with that. But they also stated in order to trade options short term that I should be looking at the 30-minute chart with the 10 and 50 SMA on it. I should be using Fibonacci's. I'm assuming Fibonacci's. I put FIB to find swing highs, swing lows, and that I also should be using stochastics. I think that's how you say it, with particular settings on there, going out 45 days to see when the move is going to happen. I just replied back, thank you for the comment. Many different strategies out there in the market. I'm just trying to perfect my strategy and hope that their strategy works. Also, to go along with that, the person who I used for my foundation, and I always say everybody needs a solid foundation when they coming into trading. The person that I used for my foundation was the Live Traders channel. Jared Wesley is the primary person over there, but they also have Anmol Singh. He's part owner as well. They have what they call the Professional Trading Strategies. That's their course. That's where my foundation was built on. Based on that foundation, I was taught that moving averages are lagging indicators. So I use moving averages, but not for entries. I use those more as a lagging indicator to kind of see what a stock is going to do, see where a stock may be headed to. Fibonacci retracement, I don't use it, no clue what it is. Stochastics, I have no clue what that is. But everybody has a different way of trading in this market. Even if people are taught by the same teacher, you still will have little tiny nuances that are going to be a little different in the way that you trade. So that's just my little 2 cents on the thing there. Let's go ahead. Let's pull up TRADERVUE. Let's see what we got. And why do I got somebody coming up to my door? Hold on 1 second. All right, we are back, but we are reviewing trades for Thursday, February 9th. I took 5 trades today, even though I probably shouldn't have been taking any. Closed P&L on the day 162. We had 4 greens, 1 red. That red trade was a little aggressive, We'll look at just the first 4. That Microsoft one was one me just sitting around kind of playing. But that's what we did on the day. Let's go ahead. Let's bring up the charts real quick. See what the market is doing. Let's see where the market is at right now. Man, just bleeding today. Just, yeah, it's bleeding real bad. Man. All right, cool. We see the market is just constantly tanking out today. And look, there's one of my channels. But yeah, Let's go. Let's see what we did. Let's see how the market opened. So pre-market, I drew this up channel, or the start of what I thought was going to be an up channel. Market opened and immediately gave a low. So I immediately drew a channel when this thing came back up. I used this point right here as the high of the channel. Let's see where we got in. Got in late. Ooh, real late. Got in on that candle right there. Let me do that. Got in super late. Really could have got in right here. But got in late. But notice what I did. 10 contracts. I went super heavy on this thing. Something else that I want to mention, if you caught that my pre-market video, I have this hourly channel that I had drew. It was in an uptrend. So I'm looking for this stock to come right here and bounce. And look at what it did. It came right there and bounced. Let's look and see where I got out on this at. I got out in this candle. As it came down, it bounced. It used the channel again as resistance. I got out as it came back down to right there, y'all. Let's see where we actually got out of this candle at 249. So actually, not a bad exit. We getting out more so down there because as this candle is going up, this candle is going down because I'm trading puts. So played through the break of that. So that was not a bad exit. Got out of all 10 contracts right there and made 126 on this trade. Made 126. We do see that this came. Look what it did. It uses the channel again. Most people may think that these channels don't give you information, but to me, that's solid information. It used that as support, bounced it back up to where? The high of it, and then it finally caught traction and broke through. So that was the first trade of the morning. Another fairly solid trade. Let's go ahead and take a look at Tesla. Tesla is just, whoo, Tesla is killing. So Tesla, we see Tesla opened, pulled back. It came up. I used those 2 points right there to get the top of the channel. I used this one right here as the base of the channel. Came back, it pulled back. Let's see where we got in on this one. Got in on this candle right here. Reason that I didn't get in on any of these candles was because it was below VWAP. So once it kind of got over VWAP, I got in. That's still a little aggressive. I marked off these price level actions because these price levels are still important. So I do use price levels as well. And you see this area right here gave Tesla a little trouble. Finally broke above it. Came on up. And I got out in this candle right here. For what? I have no clue. Let's see where we got out in the actual candle. So about midway into that candle. So I'm getting out about right here. I don't know if I had the fear that this was going to act as some kind of resistance. But man, look at all of that money I left on the table. 2 contracts. Didn't make much money on them 2 contracts. And then I came back, and on this one, I really was just chasing. And I was chasing because Tesla was running. When this broke this area right here, which was my last area that I did have marked on the chart, I got in. And look at when I got out of this thing. The next candle. The next candle I was getting out. I didn't even let this come back up to the top of my channel. We see here, it used the top of the channel, pushed it back down, caught support. That should have told me right there, like, dude, this is about to probably go higher because it's using that as support. Used it as resistance here, here, and there. That's 3 points just in 5 minutes that it used it as resistance. It gets above it, and now you getting these tails. I get out right there. I think I make like 40 bucks on this trade. This thing just rips. I got out at $4. This thing goes to a high of $6.85. That's $2.85 per contract. This could have been $1,000 trade right there. Again, look, this magenta colored line, that's a hourly channel. Look where it came to and caught resistance. Bounced right back down. Now it's using this intraday channel for support. Comes up to another color channel. That's another hourly channel. Breaks over it and fails it. Comes back. Is retesting this channel, trying to get back in it. Finally does. Let's keep going. Let's kind of look. Uses it right there. Try to use it as support. It fails it. And then it's back down. Look right there. Use that channel to try to get back in. Use it as resistance. Boom, boom. Couple of touches there again. It gets back in it. Now look, it's using that as support. It bounces off of it. Comes back down. So I think all forms of technical analysis is important. Is one more important than another? It depends on your trading strategy. For me, the channels way stronger. That's just because of my trading strategy. Take a look at this Apple trade real quick. This was our red trade of the day. Like I said, this one, I was a little aggressive on this one right here. Let's blow it up. Let's come on over, look and see where we were getting in at. Getting in on this candle right here. Aggressive, very, very. Let's do that right there. Like I said, I knew that this was going to be aggressive. Apple opens. It's in this down channel. Test it. It sets a higher low. I can go ahead and do, let's do that. Come right here. Go right there. Really want to go right there, but I'm going to go right there. Let's extend this to the right. Let's redraw it as a channel. I'm going to just use the high point. Actually, we'll get 2 points touching. I'm going to get that point to touch, and I'm going to get that tail to touch. And I come down a little bit more, get a few of those to touch. So this could be the start of an up channel. I get in right here. Very aggressive. This is a call. Very aggressive because the VWAP is right there. Video yesterday, I asked someone to tell me why a trade was not a good trade. They said exactly the reason that it wasn't a good trade, because I was buying right in the VWAP. I was doing it again today because this was breaking back into this channel. You see the teal line, and then you look up there, you see a teal line. Very aggressive. Shouldn't have did it, even though it was breaking in it with the VWAP right there. Had the VWAP not been right there, that would have been, I think, a very good entry to get this to play back up. Also, let's look over here. Apple opened. Look where it came to. Right to the top of that channel and just failed. Again, everybody uses what they think is important. But I get in right there. This kind of just fluctuates right here. We get a break over. It comes back down. Here is where I really messed up at. You see, I just drew this channel. Had I had this channel on my chart and this thing was breaking out and this candle right here closed outside of the channel, I would have cut my losses and got out of this trade. I stayed in this and I had a hard stop in the system. Let's see where we stop out at. Right there. So stopping out about midway, which makes sense because my stop was going to be just below that channel. So I knew this was a very aggressive trade. Me and Jonathan were talking in Discord this morning, and I told him, I was like, I'm in a very aggressive entry on Apple. If it works out, it's gonna pay good. If not, I probably could have did this with just one contract, and had this been strong and worked its way all the way up there, that one contract would have paid substantial. So on these aggressive entries, I need to just size way down, because again, it's very aggressive. If it works, the potential is greater. And if it doesn't, my losses are limited. But 25 bucks, still fairly limited loss. But yeah, see how easy that was there, do that. When this thing broke out and this candle closed out of the channel, yeah, let's go ahead, cut losses. Probably still would have made a little bit of money right there. Probably either break even or a little money. You see this yellow solid line? That is an hourly trend line. Tested it right there, tested it right there, testing it again, testing it again. So I put pretty good weight on those hourly channels, and that is why I find those first thing in the morning. Look at how I just chopped around there. Now, what you don't see on these charts that you would see on my actual trade layout. What we got? I'm gonna try to get this done in about 4 minutes. Let's swap over. So on my this is the system that I use when I'm trading. This is what my screen looks like. So if I click a option contract, it's going to put it right here. It's going to load it in the ladder. It's going to load it here. This is for the stock. So this is the SPYs level 2. This is the SPYs time and sell. So I am looking at that when I'm trading. I'm going to close this just to make the charts a little bit bigger. And then these are my charts here. 50 moving average, I'm using that. 20 moving average, I'm using that right here. VWAP, that's on here. So all of my charts have moving averages on them, but I don't use those for entry. I use those like right here. Let's say I want to trail a stop and I'm going short and I just want to trail a stop just behind that moving average. That's how I'll manage that trade out. But all of my charts, everything is going to pull through. Here you see that hourly trend line on there. So I use other time frames. Just like I'll let you see what my pre-market layout looks like. And it's that easy for me to change them. So I do have the 1 minute. I got the hourly. I do use the 4 hour. They mentioned the 4 hour. Look at that trend line on the 4 hour. Look at that trend line on the 4 hour and look how it is being tested. Look how it is being tested. So for my particular strategy, that's what I go with. On the daily, I do have the 100. I got the 200. I got the 50. I do have these different moving averages that I can use for key areas when I am building my watch list in the morning. But there are certain things that do kind of outweigh other things in my strategy. As always, thanks for checking me out. If you haven't hit that like button, please do so. If you want to hit the dislike button, you are definitely inclined to do that. I always ask, and I used to in the past, if you do hit the dislike button, just leave a comment letting me know what I could do better. If it pertains to how I'm trading, go ahead and say, yeah, I don't think that's going to work. Everybody has their opinion. I might say the same thing about your trading strategy. But what I have learned over the years that I have been trading is that there is no two ways that people will trade alike. I can learn from you, and I'm still not going to learn trade the same way that you do. And it's the same way I used to sit in live traders chat room. Same way. People that trade using professional trading strategies, none of them trade the same. It's little nuggets, little nuances within that make you your own individual trader. So on that note, thanks. Please subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Like I say, I'm trying to get to that 500 mark. That first big achievement for me in my YouTube career is to hit that 500 mark. And as always, we can continue the conversation in the comments. And I hate to do this, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to bring this back one more time. Over on the 4-hour chart, we see that this uptrend is working. We see the yellow. Come over, look at it on the hourly. We see that it's working. And then look at the one that I just put in there most recently coming off of this one. It was in this downtrend. It broke out of it. Look at what it is using today. Look at what it's using today to try to act as support to get this to go back higher. Used it as support yesterday, and it actually bounced off of it and went a little higher. And this was this morning's channel. Short-lived. Soon as the market opened, flushed back down. This channel is invalid now. But like I said, that's why I use channels. On that note, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. About to go back and sit down and chill. Whatever anesthesia they gave me this morning, it was bomb. It was bomb because I got some good sleep in. Not really groggy like I usually am, but still going to get on the couch and watch some YouTube. So y'all have a good day. Peace.